Liberty Nation. Truth is making a comeback.
Hi, Leesa K. Donner here for Liberty Nation, and with me today is Scott Cosenza, our legal affairs editor. Scott, a bombshell today. Supreme Court Justice Anthony Kennedy resigned. What say you?
Yes, that's right, Lisa. It had been speculating for a while. Court watchers were wondering if he would go ahead and retire. There's a number of justices that sort of have good reason to for age and infirmity, and Kennedy did announce his retirement. This will be Donald Trump's second nomination to the Supreme Court. We'll all remember the Merrick Garland battles of Trump's early presidency, when Barack Obama had nominated Merrick Garland to the Supreme Court before Hillary Clinton and Donald Trump's election for president. When Donald Trump won, he declined to go ahead with Merrick Garland's nomination and nominated Gorsuch instead. Gorsuch has been a member of the court for a year. He is a fairly firm member of the small government conservative bloc of justices. Justice Kennedy, while nominated by President Reagan, was seen as somewhat of a swing vote. And so I predict the fight for his replacement will be fierce on both sides.
Scott, do you believe politically the Republicans would be smart to wait until the midterm elections are over before they confirm a new justice?
Well, I suppose that depends on whether your goal is winning seats or winning a nomination for a justice selected. Right now, the Republicans have a bare advantage in the Senate. There are over a third of the Senate seats up for grabs come November. Now, whether you think that you like their chances or not, or that the nomination fight itself can perhaps motivate a win or two in some of those districts is a question that's a bit beyond me. I would say that they have the votes now to pass a justice, and if that was the goal, it seems to me like they should go ahead and proceed with getting a justice nominated.
All right. Now, what do you say about Anthony Kennedy's tenure? 3 decades, nominated by Ronald Reagan. What is your take as being a longtime Supreme Court watcher?
Well, he was a swing vote. The other members of the court currently on the conservative bloc are Roberts, Alito, Thomas, and Gorsuch. And on the liberal side, it's Sotomayor, Kagan, Ginsburg, and Breyer. And we've seen, Lisa, just this term, almost all the major cases are breaking 5-4. And the sort of voice that one needs to check in with and see how that case is going to be decided again and again becomes Justice Kennedy, and how he votes, then so goes the nation. So he is a swing vote. And whether he's nominated, whether his replacement is a more conservative or more liberal member than himself, it's almost impossible to believe that they will be right along the line, sort of treading the same path as Justice Kennedy. So we can expect a change for one or the more towards big government or small government, and that obviously will have a consequential impact on the lives of so many Americans, with so many issues being decided by the Supreme Court.
Scott, I believe I heard a Judge Andrew Napolitano, maybe it was on Fox, say something to the effect that with Kennedy gone, he believes that Justice John Roberts might tack towards the center. Do you think there's a chance of that, or any evidence that that might happen?
I haven't seen anything, Lisa, that would indicate that's the case. Justice Roberts votes the way presumably Justice Roberts wants, and while some justices may change their opinions a little bit to reach a consensus, the ability of Supreme Court justices to write separate opinions, agreeing with basically the verdict, but disagreeing for the reasoning, presents a case where they all are able to sort of let their opinions fly as they choose.
Now, I know it's a bit early for this, but Trump was just saying that he is going to choose from the 25 people on his list. Are there any that stand out to you?
A number of those choices were good the last time I reviewed them, which was prior to Justice Gorsuch's nomination. So I admit that I can't recall by name any now that seemed particularly impressive. But I do recall, being a person who values individual liberty, that there were some strong choices on that list, and being pleasantly surprised that that the new President Trump made those choices. So we'll see what happens.
All right, thank you very much. Scott Cosenza, legal affairs editor from LibertyNation.com. Read Scott's fine article on Justice Kennedy, as well as all of his SCOTUS articles, and there have been a few lately on Liberty Nation. Thanks very much for joining us. We ask you to please subscribe and comment, and you may win a Liberty Nation hat. I'm Leesa K. Donner, and this has been LNTV.
Subscribe and like this video. LibertyNation.com, where truth is making a comeback.